I need to acknowledge a milestone. You see, a few days ago, this account, Rational Boomer, surpassed 200,000 followers, or as I like to call them, peers. I also got 6.6 million likes. Now, there are bigger creators on this app, but for me, this is fucking amazing. A little over 2 years ago, I started doing this at zero. And now at this point, I'm very proud of what we've been able to accomplish with the Rational Boomer on TikTok and on the Rational Boomer podcast. And I'm grateful for all of you, because if not for you, this is not possible. I'm grateful for all those people that decided to follow this boomer on his solo ego trip. Anyhow, when I post things on TikTok, I get a lot of comments, naturally. I get a lot of questions, too, and I don't always get the opportunity to answer those questions. Now, I'd like to give you some a good excuse, but frankly, it's because I'm a lazy bastard sometimes. I just don't do it. So I want to give you a more direct option to ask questions, make comments, or just say, Mike, you suck. And you can do that by emailing me directly at rationalboomer@gmail.com. You see it there on the screen. Now, I'm the only one that reads these emails. I react to those emails, and there are several options we can do with those emails. If you just want an email back, that's fine. I can address the email in a TikTok, or better yet, I can address the email and take some time with it on the Rational Boomer podcast. Now, on the Rational Boomer podcast, I get a lot of emails, and that seems to be the favorite part of the show. It's certainly my favorite part of the show. So, you can tune into the Rational Boomer podcast, easy as pie, link in my profile. You can go to Spotify, you can go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of them, and listen to my response to your answers. Now, there's another step in the Rational Boomer podcast. You see, I'm also willing to allow listeners to be guests on the show. Now, you might say to yourself, he's not going to let anybody on there. I'm not going to do it. No, I'll fucking let anybody on there. In fact, I've had a couple of Trumplafucks on the show. Now, I'm not actively looking for more Trumplafucks, but hey, you want to come on and you want to do the little fucking dance? I'm in. See, this podcast and this TikTok isn't all about me. The strongest part of what I'm doing here is the interaction from you. So I encourage it. Send your emails, rationalboomer@gmail.com. You can get your answer directly on TikTok or on the Rational Boomer podcast. And if you don't already listen to the Rational Boomer podcast, I encourage you to do so. Link in profile, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and so on.